Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say.
Happy Monday. Good audience today. Welcome to the Jason Show. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Have a seat. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and Levi Jeans Employee of the Month, Kendall Mark, everyone.
Hello.
How you doing?
Ooh, Levi jeans.
I know.
They're the good ones.
They are. They're very trendy. You know,
So
Japanese tourists, little fun fact,
Okay.
Japanese tourists love the Levi's jeans. I found that out from a Mall of America friend of mine. Yeah, they're
way.
incredibly, it's a very popular brand in Japan. So when folks come here to visit the Mall of America, why are you laughing? Because it's a ridiculous fun fact?
The more you know.
I know.
Star.
It's just, again, I can't tell you where Utah is on a map, but I can tell you that the good folks of Japan love Levi's jeans. That's fine.
Yes.
That's fine. Hey, speaking of good folks, I want to say thank you. This woman came on Friday, and she was here, and she had got me T-shirts. She was so lovely, and her name was Audra, and I just wanted it, and she gave me a card with little cows on it, and you know I love the Milky the cow over there, so I just want to say thanks to Audra. I'm just grateful. You don't have to bring me anything. I'm just grateful, like these people here. I'm just grateful they're here, for heaven's sake.
Thank
I'm
you.
just, you know. Now, I love them, but I don't always love people. And here's a story. Yeah, and you're going to be with me on this. And Colin yesterday, we're watching 8,000 television shows yesterday.
You were watching the PGA too?
We were watching 8,000 television shows. No, I don't even know what you're. I did actually watch a little bit of golf, but just by accident because it was on at a bar that we were at. But but Colin said to me, he goes, I can't believe you've been back for 2 weeks and you haven't told the story of the first night when we were in Florida. And I said, oh my goodness, you're forgot. Now I don't want to build this up, but I will tell you, I joke that my husband laughs 40 times a year, usually, you know, and he used all of them up that day and then yesterday about a show. We'll show you about it in a minute. So we're sitting, it was our first night in Florida, and we go to this restaurant that we always go to called the Boathouse. And a little Minnesota connection, because you know we love a Minnesota connection. Boathouse was created by a man named Steve Schisler, who also came up with a little bitty restaurant called the Rainforest Cafe. Yeah.
Oh, that one.
That one. So I love the Boathouse. I talk about it. Anyway, so I'm sitting at the bar, and it's very busy. I'm talking it's one of the busiest restaurants in the world. Fun fact, it really is.
More facts.
In the globe. It's one of the busiest restaurants. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting at the bar, because we're bar dwellers, and my friend Jamie's bartending, having a lovely time. I'm relaxed. I'm not working, which is just joyful. And I'm sitting there, and I'm enjoying my little shrimp cocktail, and this bridal situation walks in, and there's like 4,000 bridal people. It's like the bride, and she's very, very demure. She has a giant bouquet on. She has a giant veil, a giant sash. She's blending into the background, and then she has 4,000 female friends and one dude, one who's kind of like the mother goose. He's leading the pack of bridal people, and they plant right behind me. And I'm talking, because it's so busy, this is not a joke, dude is behind me, and I can feel, when he talks loud, I can feel his breath.
Is she?
What? Yeah. So there's two funny things. First, the bride leans in. Now, when you're working the Boathouse, these bartenders, it's not for the weak. The volume of this restaurant, you have to have the best bartenders. That's why this is funny. The bride leans in. She scooches in between two people to get drinks. She goes, excuse me, bartender, do you know how to make a drink called the Sex on the Beach? You would think she was asking for something extraordinary, you know. And she put the Sex on the Beach. And I thought to myself, the kid sitting next to me in the Mickey hat knows how to make that. I mean, everybody knows it. So we're sitting there, and dude is right here, okay, right here. And when I'm there, I just let me be. I'm there, leave me with my Mickey hat. I just want to drink. I just want to ride the rides.
I want to drink with a Mickey hat.
I don't want to talk to people. And he's right here. And on the televisions up above, there's the hockey thing, the season finale. What's the
Stanley Cup
the Stanley
playoffs?
Cup, whatever the hell that is. So the season finale of hockey's on, and he's right here, and he's watching, and all of a sudden he goes like this. He goes, yes! And he's screaming in my ear, and I am not joking. I snapped around, and now Colin said this is his new favorite Jasonism. I snapped around and I go, this is what we're not going to do tonight. I went like this, I go, here's what we're not going to do tonight. I said, you're not going to scream in my ear while I'm eating dinner. And he kind of looked at me, and I'm like, and then the minute I said it, I go, what are you doing, Jason?
Gonna get in a fight.
He could beat the hell out of me. But he didn't. He got his little mother ducks, and they all in a row. They went to the other side of the bar, and he wouldn't look at me. He wouldn't, Yeah. Then Colin looks at me and he goes, who are you? He goes, here's what we're not going to do tonight. Here's what we are going to do right now. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, everyone. SNL season finale aired this weekend, and it was the final show, I know, for some of our favorites, including Kate McKinnon, who, and you know, this is my favorite character of hers. This is the cold open. She played Mrs. Rafferty, who's always abducted by aliens. Look.
There is something you should all know. We've been in contact with the beings.
They have offered the U.S. government access to some of their technology if one of you agrees to go with them permanently.
Well, I can read the room. It's me, right?
Well, Earth, I love you. Thanks for letting me stay a while.
So good. The little aliens, little ETs there.
The things that come out of her mouth in those skits, you're like, what?
I know. Producer Ted picked a clip with this phrase in it that was so a little dirty, you know, and a lot dirty. And Jeff goes, we can't air that on morning television. Anyway, it was really good to go watch the whole thing. Kate isn't the only cast member leaving SNL this year. Edie Bryant also said goodbye. She and Kate have been on the show since 2012. Pete Davidson also confirmed he's leaving, and Kyle Mooney is also expected to leave. We purposely put Kate first because in all the initial headlines, it was all about Pete. And I'm like, Pete's not the only one leaving. Give credit. Edie's great, or Kyle and Kate, for heaven's sake. I don't care about Pete Davidson. I care more about, he was barely there.
Well, that was part of his joke, wasn't it? That he
Yeah.
was like, I've survived and you like me and I barely showed up to work, so hi.
Yeah, and this always happens. Generationally, there's always a big shift in SNL. We had it growing up. We went from like Phil Hartman and John Lovitz to then Adam Sandler and Chris Farley, and then from there it was the Will Ferrell and Terry era. I mean, this always happens, and the show keeps going. Next to the dish, Sherry Shepherd talking about shows that are just going to keep going. Her new talk show is coming this fall, and over the weekend dropped their first teaser. Look.
Hi, it's Sherry, and I'm here at the first photo shoot for my new talk show.
Come on, Sherry Shepherd.
It is my lifelong dream to have my own show, and it's finally happening. I am so excited to welcome you to the official kickoff. This is my time. So I want you to join me for every step of this journey I'm taking you on, behind the scenes.
You guys are still following me? Hi.
On the road, in the studio, rehearsals, interviews, and so much more. See?
Sherry's new show replaces Wendy on a lot of stations, a lot of our stations here in the Fox group. If you're watching us from other stations, check your local listings. But I always love it, and this isn't shade to Wendy, because every show says this when they want, every new talk show launches. Now that I told you this, you're going to notice it. All the commercials for when they premiere, they go, "We are changing the face of daytime. We're doing all sorts of new things." No, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to be a moron like me. You're going to sit behind a desk. You're going to pontificate about pop culture. You're going to go to a commercial. You're going to come back. You're going to bake a souffle with some chef that's never been on TV before. Then you're going to go to break. Then you're going to play with some animals. And then you're going to go to break. And then you're going to come back. You're going to introduce a musical act. Then you're going to go to break. And then the credits roll. You're going to go up to the audience and hug all of them. End of show. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah. It's 11 a.m.
As our executive producer says, there are no new ideas in TV. We're just recycling old ones. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. The dish isn't done. Coming up next, I watch TV so you don't have to. But my friends, you're going to want to watch this one. Why an impression of Judy Garland had me rolling on the floor. Then, was I in Jamaica last week? We're opening up the Jason Show mailbag. And
Hello, Mom.
what you reading this month? Well, Kendall and her mom have some great page turners. It's time for the book club. That and more when we return. Well, our buddy John Oliver loves to poke fun at newscasters. I love it so much. I love his serious, which, by the way, you got to watch this week's John Oliver. It's about a fast food joint that I won't mention, but it's fascinating. Anyway, last night, though, he turned his attention to politicians and pundits and their fascination with things said in Texas. It's our late night rewind.
And now, some things they say in Texas.
There's a saying in Texas, when you're bird hunting, shoot at everything, take credit for anything that falls.
As we say down here in Texas, why use a nutcracker if you've got access to a sledgehammer?
We have a saying here, the only thing you find in Texas in the middle of the road is yellow stripes and dead armadillos.
We say in Texas, for every rat you see, there's 50 you don't.
As we say back in Texas, don't pee on my boots and tell me it's raining.
Like we say in Texas, come and get it.
As they say in Texas, hogs get slaughtered.
If he were bacon, he wouldn't even sizzle.
It looks like a hornswoggle.
Close the barn door before the cow gets out.
As we say in Texas, that ain't no polar bear.
Basically how we look at this down in Texas, all hat, no cattle.
As they say down in Texas, all hat and no cattle.
She's all hat, no cattle.
All hat, no cattle.
What the Texans call all cattle, no hat.
No.
Who wants to tell Chuck Schumer? Who wants to tell him?
He's a Yankee.
You're this close, Chuck. You're this close. As we say every Monday on our show, it's time for a special serving a hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Audience, give it up for Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Good morning, Jason. Coming to you without a hat and without cattle.
Yeah. I'm from Indiana. We didn't have sayings in Indiana.
Yeah,
we
me
didn't do that. First up, it was a Dolce & Gabbana affair. What's up with this?
Certainly was. This weekend, big wedding over in Portofino, Italy. It was Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. They had their big ceremony. First of all, they had the wedding ceremony itself. You see there at the Dolce & Gabbana estate in Portofino. And from there, they had the reception at a castle on a hilltop there overlooking the harbor in Portofino. I should mention, too, the first dance, Andre Bocelli was the singer. He sang Can't Help Falling in Love. So they did it over the top as expected.
My friend Angela had her wedding at an American Legion.
Yeah. And no Andre Bocelli?
No, maybe on CD, played
right.
by her sister. Yeah. Next up, Mike Tyson is opening up about the encounter that he had on that airplane a few weeks ago. What's he saying? We showed you and I talked about it. What's he saying?
Yeah, that was one of the crazier videos we've gotten in a while. Remember, Mike Tyson, he said that he was being kind of egged on by some guy in an airplane. Mike says, look, I took a photo with this guy. He continued to bother me. He allegedly threw a water bottle at Mike. And we got video of Mike just beating the guy down on this airplane. He finally opened up on his podcast and said, you know what? My team has kind of advised me on stuff like this. And they say, you know, why do you even fly commercial? Because I try and prepare myself for these interactions, and they happen, and sometimes they're triggering. And that's really what you saw in this video, was this guy continued to go at him, and Mike just snapped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes, I don't know, you and I talked about it then. You can't really blame him. Leave me alone.
Imagine upsetting Mike Tyson, though, and thinking that that's
a good idea. 36,
right.
Yeah, and Brad, you're doing it 36,000 feet up in the air. Yeah.
No escape, the fists of fury.
You know, Bam Margera from Jackass is in a familiar spot. The doctor's office, what's up?
Well, he is, and if you know Bam over the last year or so, Jason, he has really struggled with substance abuse, and he's been getting help. He got a nasty skateboarding injury there. He broke his wrist, and he tells us, look, this is the 10th time I've broken my wrist, but this time it's going to be different. I'm not going to be using pain pills to deal with the recovery, because he's almost a year sober now. And he says, look, I don't want to relapse. This is an unfortunate injury, but I'm just determined to stay healthy here.
Hey, good for him. You know, I really sincerely.
A big commitment.
I'm such a fan of his. I love the Jackass boys, and I love Bam. I'm glad he's getting help.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I agree.
Thank you, Brad. Have a good week, my friend.
You too, Jason.
Thank
Thanks.
you. I love those Jackass boys. I do.
Mm-hmm.
They're so nice. They're cool.
I thought you were going to say something snarky about the Kardashian wedding.
Oh, yeah, if you heard clapping during that story, it wasn't our audience, it was Kendall clapping for that story. Kendall's the only person on our staff. You represent a chunk of the audience.
Excuse me, someone else here also likes the Kardashians, Addie.
Oh, yeah, Addie, our social media Sally, she loves, but Addie also loves Disney, so I can't be mad at her like I am you. Yes, yeah.
What'd I do?
I'm just joking. You're the only person really that likes them on the show, but yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, you represent the audience, though. Next in the dish, Madonna is a hit on Instagram. Okay, she is. She has 18 million followers, but being that popular is not all it's cracked up to be. And she demonstrated what happened when she tried to go on Instagram Live last weekend. Look at this.
Okay, we're going.
Guys, we're gonna go live.
Oh my God, we're going live.
What?
Yeah.
What the f? What does it say?
We're blocked from live. Ew. What's happening? I've never worn so many clothes in my life.
Learn more. Wait, this is the best part. We want Instagram to continue to be an authentic and safe place for inspiration and expression.
I'm speechless.
Okay. But not too much expression. So Madonna speculated that her ban could be because of a recent NFT collection featuring her, and we're putting this very mildly. This is Ted's writing, featuring Madonna giving birth to various things. Thank you, audience. This is the point of the show where the audience uses their imagination to imagine what Madonna's NFTs were doing. That's
you can
right,
do
yeah.
it during the commercial break. You can Google it if you want.
Yeah, I love Madge. I do. I'm a Madonna. I'm an 80s kid. I love her. But even these NFTs scared me. But I mean,
yeah,
well,
you like.
It's obvious too why they scared me. But still, yeah.
They were not scroll appropriate.
No!
NFT, you know, not what was they called? NFW? Not work friendly?
Not for
not for work.
Not work friendly. What is it?
For work.
Not safe for work. Yeah.
Oh God, we're so bad.
We sound so old right now. Yes, I know.
So
we sound
old.
But
Sorry.
anyway, next in the dish, the Rockford Peaches are speaking of Madonna, the Rockford Peaches are making a comeback. At long last, the Amazon Prime series, A League of Their Own, is ready to play ball. Amazon dropped some. Look at these images. Come back to the TV. Look, dropped some images over the weekend. The show is going to reimagine the '92 Penny Marshall film about the women who fought to play baseball in the 40s during the war. Yeah, when the men couldn't play ball. This remains one of my all-time favorite movies. And it is by far one of Penny Marshall's great. I think there's an argument to be made. It is Penny Marshall's greatest movie.
It's so good.
No, I was going to say, you've seen it, right? You're a
Yes,
sports.
there's no crying in baseball.
Oh, there's so many. And so many little, I'm all full of fun facts today. Penny's daughter is in the movie.
That's who?
Penny she's Betty. Remember, she's the player who loses her husband. She gets the telegram and she cries. I think her name's Betty that's Penny Marshall's real daughter.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's Betty Spaghetti. Was it Betty Spaghetti, I think? Yeah. That was her. That's Penny's real life daughter.
Well, when it airs, I can bring my outfit and you can wear it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the beginning, that's not really Gina Davis, old. That's a different actress, and they dubbed in Gina Davis's voice at the beginning. That's really not Gina Davis aged up. That's another actress, and they put,
That's the fourth fun fact today.
Again,
doling them out.
Don't even, I'm telling you. Can I tell you where Colorado is on the map? No, but I can certainly tell you all this stuff. I wonder if I could actually show you where Colorado is.
You could. It's one of the four corners.
It's one of the four corners. Yeah, that one I could. Next up, a new season of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars premiered this weekend, and some are already calling it one of the best seasons ever. The show features all winners, and the second episode included the always popular take on the match game. Now, before we roll this, even if you've never seen an episode of this, just know that this queen we're getting ready to show you, her name is Jinx Monsoon. She is so good at doing impressions, and this Judy Garland impression brought down the house. Look at this.
And now that we're at the midway point, is that my camera? Don't be jealous of my boogie. You can say that you're not, but I always see you looking.
That was good, Judy. That was good, Judy.
Thank you.
So good. I mean, again, that's Jinx doing Judy Garland. She obviously won that challenge. But that was one of many. Everybody was so good. One of the queens did Satan, but a very...
I'm sorry?
They come to Satan because you hear, oh, you're going to dress up as Satan, because they're supposed to do celebrities, like the match game. And Rue goes, you're going to dress up as Satan? So Rue introduces, it's Trinity the Tuck, and Rue goes, our next celebrity is Satan. And this dramatic music comes on, and it cuts to her, and she goes, hey, girl. and then the next round, that same queen, they had to do two. The next queen had to be dressed up as our friend Leslie Jordan. And so when she appeared, they came to the camera, she was like this, and she was like this. She was, can somebody get me a booster seat? Like that. Because Leslie is
she's small.
Is a little small, as Leslie would. Yeah, a little small.
Small.
I mean, it was top to bottom. We laughed so hard. It was so gosh darn enjoyable. Just light as air. You can stream it right now. Drag Race All-Stars on Paramount Plus. Well, and while you're there, we also, Jeff and I talked about this. While you're watching, after you watch All-Stars, I'm going to say it again because it just keeps getting better. Real World New Orleans Homecoming. Oh. It is probably one of my favorite reality shows on right now. Every episode gets better. Every single episode.
Drama.
And then the new Star Trek is good. So 3 reasons to maybe get Paramount Plus for a couple months. Then cancel it when all those shows are over. Yeah. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, before we open up the mailbag, really quick, we just talked about this. You saw Moulin Rouge over the weekend. I gave my review. Did you love it?
Oh, I loved it. We all said, I watched it with my sisters and my mom, and we all said that it was probably our favorite musical we've seen in a long time, some of us ever. Just because it was so entertaining. The set was amazing. Christian, like you said,
the actor that played,
was just fabulous. Go see it if you can, for real.
It's
so good.
It's so fun. Grab your friends. Okay, right now it's time to open up the Jason Show mailbag. Here we go. First up, this is so funny. Hi, Bobby. Bobby's up first. Bobby goes, Jason, we're in Jamaica and we ran into your look-alike. So let's look at this.
Oh my God. Well, that's good. I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
If you just look from like the beard up.
Yeah, the beard is a little more substantial than mine. Yeah, but other than that, absolutely.
Yeah, you could be cousins.
Yeah, we could be, you know what? We could be cousins. There's another look. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably a little taller than he is, it looks like. But yeah, and that is a substantial beard. Look at that beard.
I know, he grew
I have beard envy with that one. Yeah, that's good. But no, Bobby, I'm not in Jamaica. I wish I was.
He wishes he was.
I was, yeah. Next, a question about Jason Show engineer Brad.
Not again.
From viewer Shane. Hey, Jason, does engineer Brad live in Apple Valley? Because I could swear I just saw him ride by on an e-bike with hair flowing in the wind. Yeah, well, so we want to help you out. If you don't know what Brad looks like, there's Brad right there. That's what he looks like. This is a reminder of what he looks like. And he has his hair in a ponytail. So if you see this man riding an e-bike in your neighborhood, snap a picture. Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't?
He does not live there. Okay.
We can confirm.
No. His address is 3415. Brad, he's over there. I should just. Anyway, Terry is next. Hi, Terry. She was watching Stephanie Hansen's Smashburger segment on Friday. She writes to us, that segment today drove my taste buds insane. Oh, wait, no, that's not that one. Okay, that's the Brad one. Here, I'll just read it to you. Come back to me. It drove my taste buds insane. I worked with what I had to make a Smashburger. No buns, cut up pickles. I made the sauce. Sounds delicious. Thanks for the segment. It completely made my day. That burger, yeah. Again, I will tell you, I wrote this, I posted it on my Facebook page, and you know this. Stephanie did such a good job. We basically gave the whole back half of the show on Friday to Steph, and she went out and shot what we call a package, and that's hard to do if you don't do TV, and Steph did such a good job. I'm so proud of my friend. Next, a comment about father-daughter author team that we had on a few weeks ago. Lauren says, I bought the Kindle edition of the book, The Barons. It took less than 24 hours for me to read it, and it's still on my mind. Excellent book. And if that doesn't ring familiar, that's Stephanie Hansen's husband and Stephanie Hansen's daughter. Yeah, that wrote that. I'm so happy for them.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
I'm excited to sink my teeth into it. I have a copy, and it's on my list right now. So
well, and speaking of reading a little bit later, a little programming note, Kindle's book club's coming up a little bit. Next, Peggy. Hi, Peggy. She has a solution for me. She goes, Jason, I enjoy all the movies you talk about, but some are on HBO. Wouldn't it be nice if you gave your password? Wouldn't it be nice if you gave your password to the audience so we can watch some of the suggested movies? I know we, the audience, would enjoy it. Yeah.
Peggy, look at me. I've been trying to do this for 3 years. 3.
I still haven't given it to you?
3 years and counting.
Well, you know what's funny? My mom's on there. My in-laws are on there. BFF Jen's on there. You're the only person not on my HBO account. Yeah.
Engineer Brad has the password.
Engineer Brad has it. Yeah. Colleen. Hi, Colleen is watching a show I talk about a lot. She says, Jason, I'm watching Dallas, and I'm freaking out how good it is. I watched it in the 70s the first time. Now it's still so good. I'm watching the time Pam's mom is denying that she's their mother. Yeah, that's early.
I'm sorry?
It's early. That's season 3?
Who's Pam and why is she someone's mom? Or not mom?
I'm sorry, who's Pam? Now you're really not getting my HBO password. Victoria Principal. Pam is Victoria Principal. You know who she is?
Yes.
Finally, you do not. Do you really know who Victoria Principal is?
You say the name a lot.
Yeah. She played Pam, and she also did exercise videos, and she dated Andy Gibb. Do you know who Andy Gibb is?
Do you think I know who Andy Gibb is?
Part of the Bee Gees. Do you know who the? This is
I
like
know who the Bee Gees are.
Okay, yeah. He was a brother of the Bee Gees. Yeah. Bing bing. You got it. Finally, a suggestion from viewer Michael. Hi, I have a comment about the show's beginning. I think if both Kendall and Jason walked out from behind the wall, it would be a better effect. So here's a look at what Michael is talking about. So Kendall's already standing there and I walk out. You know what, Michael? Tomorrow, unless director Leo has a litter of kittens, I think we'll do that tomorrow.
But what if I trip? I mean, you know me. There's a high likelihood I'll fall on my carcass. Like, high likelihood.
You're right. We shan't be doing that. You can stay connected with our show on social media. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search for Jason Show TV. And, of course, our personal accounts as well, Kendall Mark and Jason Matheson. Speaking of Kendall, as I mentioned, her book club is coming up. What are Kendall and her mom reading? You're going to find out. And I'm going into the audience. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Blue. That might not be a good idea, actually. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, 31 years ago today, oh, that hurts. One of the greatest romantic comedies of all time hit theaters. Which one? Look.
Well, nothing else is going to fit into this dress, I'll tell you that.
Maybe something in this box. I don't want you to get too excited. It's only on loan.
Oh!
32 years, I should say. And by the way, fun fact number 5 for today, that moment with the slapping down of that was an ad-lib moment. Richard Gere did not tell Julia he was going to do that. Well, who can forget Julia Roberts and Richard Gere in Pretty Woman, which went on to earn nearly $500 million that year, making Julia Roberts a movie star. In honor of the movie, I want to put some audience members to the test with... What's that? With Pretty Woman trivia. Okay, I guess this is music from the soundtrack. Okay, where's Pam? Pam, stand up. You can stand up right there. Okay, Pam, here we go. What was the original title of Pretty Woman? 3000, Not So Pretty, or Paying for Love?
Not So Pretty.
Okay, Not So Pretty. Let's see if she is right. No, I'm sorry. You are not right. It was 3,000. 3,000. Because that's the amount that he paid for her. Which is such a weird sentence to say. But anyway, there are no losers here on the Jason Show. So here is a prize packet. Oh, these are shows still on the air. This is all stuff from Fox. There we go. You're welcome. Usually they're all canceled shows. Okay, next up, let's see here. We have John. John, I'll come over to you. Come on, Leo. Come on, camera. There we go. I'll come up to John. Oh, this was a bad idea. There we go. Okay, John, here we go. Look at that camera right there. That one right there, John. Oh, so there were 6 right there. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Which of these stars turned down the role of Vivian? Meg Ryan, Michelle Pfeiffer, or Molly Ringwald, or D, all of the above?
D, all of the above.
Is he right? He's right. That's right. Okay. Are these canceled? These are canceled, right? You get a bag of canceled Fox Show merchandise. There we go. Thank you, buddy. Okay, let's go. Oh.
You're just going to go right back up.
I'm going back up? Okay, let's just stay up here. Let's go back up here. Where's Diane? Oh, Diane's up here. You stay right there. Oh, Lord. I don't have to do cardio today. Okay, here we go. Who turned down Richard Gere's role of Edward? Is it Al Pacino, Sylvester Stallone, Burt Reynolds, or all of the above again?
I'm going Burt Reynolds.
It is actually all of the above again. All of them turned it down. Let's see here. Oh, now some of these shows are on the air and some are canceled. Let's see what else you got. Let me see. Oh, look, you got a fish. You got a fish. There we go. From Last Man Standing. Canceled. But there you go. Thank you so much. Have a seat there. I'm going to go down here. Now, where's my final one? You're right there. I'm going to come down here. Here we go. Oh! Why don't we come down here? Meet me down here. There we go. Got it? There we go. Okay, this is Melissa. Say hi to Melissa, everyone. Okay. Final question. How old was Julia Roberts when she made Pretty Woman? 19, 21, 24, or 27?
24.
No, 21. 21, I know. And here, now these are all shows. You get a 911.
I love that show.
Do you love that show?
I do.
Well, because you like a Fox show, you're going to get something else here. We have cleaner or something. Give her that. A roll of Fox paper towel. There we go. Have a seat. There we go. Again, very low budget. Very, very low budget. Give it up for the audience, everyone. We're going to take a break when we come back. What's Kendall and her mom reading this month? You're going to find out when the book club returns right after this. Back in a moment, everyone. Welcome back. Well, next week, I actually consider it this week, but with the holiday, but next week is the unofficial start of summer. And if you need a good book to read, Kendall has a few recommendations. It's time once again for Kendall's Book Club with her mom, Sid. Take a look.
Hello, Mom, and possibly my sister's dog, Willie.
Poor Willie.
Willie just had surgery, so he might make an appearance, everyone, in the video. He's a little high on surgery drugs.
Yes.
But Mom, your book this month sounds pretty good.
It's very good. It's called The Paris Library. And of course, I will always pick up a book with the name library in the title or the word library in the title. And this one did not disappoint me. It's written by Janet Charles. It's a fairly new book. It's still on the bestseller list. It's based on a true story, which I had no idea had actually happened. It's about the actual librarians from the American Library in Paris during World War II. This book opens in 1939 with we meet Parisian Odile Souchet. She has her perfect job and her perfect life. She works at the American Library in Paris. She's befriended the staff, and she has some very dear friends that are the patrons. And she also has a wonderful boyfriend who is a French police officer, very charming and handsome. However, at this point, the Nazis invade Paris and everything changes. The books are banned. Many books are banned. A lot of her Jewish patrons, well, actually all of the Jewish patrons are banned along with other different indigenous people at that time. And they cannot even check out books. And so the staff decides they're going to help fight this war in the only way they know how, which is through books. So they try to save many of the banned books and hide them. They also do some very dangerous undercover work and actually get books to the different soldiers and to the band patrons. Obviously, very dangerous situation, makes for some very exciting reading. But we're going to fast forward next to 1983, where we meet Lily, who's a young, lonely teenager in a small town in Montana in the middle of nowhere. She's got a very curious, reclusive neighbor, and she wants to meet her. So she gets up her courage, knocks on the door, and plot twist, it's Odile Souchet. Now, how Odile ended up in this small town in Montana in the middle of nowhere, and how she ever found herself no longer in Paris, which she loved very much, and left all of her friends and the job that she loved, we're going to find out. So the story is obviously a dual timeline, which we always seem to enjoy. Very easy to follow. And Lily slowly uncovers the hidden mysteries of Odile's past. And we always have to remember, things often are not as they seem to be. It's a very fascinating story. I really enjoyed it. I thought the dual timeline was very easy to follow, well researched, and the characters in the book, they actually used their real names. These were actually the people that worked in the resistance from the American Library in Paris, and it follows exactly what happened to them I hope you enjoyed it. I really did.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mine is not, it's sort of dual timelines as well. It's called Beautiful Ruins by Jess Walter. And you start off in the 1960s in Porto Verona, Italy, a fake town off the coast, the Italian coast. You go into the set of Cleopatra with famous Liz Taylor and Richard Burton. And then you hop over to current day-ish LA and what it's like to make a movie now, and woven through all of these really different stories, I think there's 3 or 4 different stories, is a parallel life of 2 essentially lovers who have a moment in the 1960s and they drift away and you're not sure why, and you kind of figure out what happened to each of them. One of them was supposed to be a famous actress. Why wasn't she a famous actress? She had everything going. What happened to her? And the other was the man who ran this tiny little inn in the little city of Porto Verona, Italy. And it's just a really beautiful story. No one is perfect in this book, and I think that that's what's really lovely. All the characters kind of have an interesting little arc. And at the end, as you know, with a lot of books like this, sort of all comes together really in the final chapter. So it's just a really beautiful story with really scenic places. And I just really, really enjoyed it, especially for sort of a beach read for anyone looking. So Beautiful Ruins by Jess Walter.
Paris and Italy, and I think that'll make some fantastic reading this month.
Yeah, apparently need to go on a trip.
Apparently,
yeah.
Evidently. Yes, Jason Matheson?
We have 1 minute, so I have 2 observations.
Oh, good.
My first one is, my goodness, that 2 box illustrates, and the audience is with me, you look like you were carved out of your mom's ankle.
I am.
I mean, seriously, you look so much like your mom. And number 2, did y'all notice what the audience and I noticed and laughed heartily? Sid, your mom goes on for 7 minutes about how much she loves this book.
I know.
And she's loving it. She's beautifully describing it. And she gets done, and then you go like this. Cool. I so wanted Sid, the audience and I said, I want Sid, when you're done with your book recommendation, to go, cool. Yeah. Come on, Sid.
Sorry.
We got to take a break. What's in the surprise goodbye in the shortest segment? You'll find out when we return. Back in a moment. Cool, Sid.
Thanks, Mom.
Welcome back. I love you so much. Welcome back. It's time for the world's shortest segment. Exciting news for fans like me of one of the big breakout shows of 2022. Netflix just ordered 2 more seasons of the coming-of-age series Heartstopper. I told you about how much I loved the show about a gay teen who falls in love with a rugby player. It's based on the best-selling graphic novels. The youngins love this one. It's huge, earning a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. We don't know when it's going to come out, though, so we'll be right back. Back in a moment, everyone. With a surprise goodbye. Don't forget, if you want to be in our studio audience, just go to the Jason Show Facebook page and click the ticket tab. You're in by 9:30, you're out by 11:30, and trust me, we tell you stories we can't tell on TV, and we always have a good time. Believe me. Yeah, they're getting ready to hear some. Right now, though, it's a story you can hear. It's time for the surprise goodbye. So, you know how the segment works. I don't know what's in this segment until I read it right now. A Japanese man is behind bars this morning thanks to a clerical error and a gambling problem. Police in a small town in Japan say a man was mistakenly sent nearly $400,000 in COVID relief money. That money was actually for the entire town. When they asked for the money back, the man told them he didn't have it because he gambled it all away in just 10 days. On the plus side, he has apologized, but that's probably not good enough. No.
This is the saddest story ever.
I know. Leave it to, I know. Ted, this is we're going to let you on an inside joke. we don't often let Ted pick the surprise goodbyes because sometimes it's like, I'll start reading it. It's like, a beaver in North Carolina, you know,
is in jail
after biting a youngster. You know what I mean? And we're like, we can't end on this story, Ted. And then our favorite day ever, because these stories are supposed to be funny, Ted picked the pricing structure for CNN Plus. That was like, the deal. And we all know how long CNN Plus lasted, so I'll just say that, Oh, the audience booed CNN Plus. Okay. Tomorrow on the show, Joy Summers from the Star Tribune. What you have to eat when you go to Target Field. That's tomorrow. But right now, if you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because the music ended. And no one can tell you that you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Come on, Kindle.